A narcissistic society needs people who have wounds that have not been healed to be used as NPCs in the lives of those who are chose to awaken. And most of the time, it is our blood relatives in which these programs are used to trigger us into an old wounded version of ourselves through some type of trigger, gaslighting, or stimuli through the person that's in a soul contract to be the anti authentic you in your life for the purpose of being a catalyst for your transformation, not for your destruction. And so a lot of us are not going to heal the way we need to until we are willing to put space between us and the people who are holding the traumatic codes that were used as a toxic poison to put inside of you to keep you a vibrational match to them. Because oftentimes people that operate in narcissistic ways, that lack the ability to truly be concerned about others, that have a difficulty setting their own wants, needs, hopes, dreams, desires aside for the sake of others, those who feel like they're the main character 24/7 because they've been abandoned, they've been wounded. And a lot of us had parents who were hurt by their parents. And so we were kind of like a comfort blanket for them. And so this poison that was put inside of us by the program, this is not personal, okay? It don't matter who acted like this in your life. The program was going to make sure that someone in your life behaved this way because this is the catalyst. This is the challenge. Earth is the school. This is the underworld. This is where we come to learn to be alchemists. This is where we come to learn how to rise above our traumas, to rise above our triggers, to be able to transform any painful experiences that we had into life purpose. This is why we came here. So I never speak against people. I speak against the codes. I speak against the 3D matrix programming that is programmed to feed fear, pain, suffering, hatred, and a lot of it is self-hatred and is passed down epigenetically. When I decided to go no contact with my family, it was because I made a very difficult decision to choose my life, my well-being, over being the support system for others. I chose me. And in order for me to experience what I'm supposed to experience in an authentic format, I have to step out of the 3D matrix conditioning that caused me to believe that simply because someone is a blood relative, it means that you're supposed to put up with any dysfunction, trauma, abuse, or pain that they're causing you, whether it's on purpose or not. Put up with it because that's your family. This is one of the viruses that exists within the collective. And in every Akashic record I have entered into, I found this virus coded into each person's soul contract. And there are ways that you can step into your power by neutralizing the space. So if you can't leave the space, if you can't disconnect yourself from certain people who have shown you that they are stuck in a loop and they're not ready to step out of it, that's their divine right to experience whatever difficulties their experiences are without you coming to help them, save them, and try to relieve them and fix them. It's divine for them to have that experience. You being an interference in someone else's life because you are allowing yourself to be a mat for them to walk all over, because you're allowing yourself to be a people pleaser, because you have abandonment issues. You have insecure love attachment. You're afraid of letting people down. And the 3D matrix programming of family, of soul, of relatives, even though there you may not feel a soul connection with them, has cheapened us and has caused a lot of us to feel less valuable than we actually are. So, in order for us to collectively create a new earth, we must individually make decisions that lead to a reality where we're choosing us. Now, there is a very, very, very terrible way to go about doing this, and there's a very transformative way to go about doing this. I have done both. And in all my teachings and all these years, this is what I have ultimately been teaching people how to do. You don't have to remove it. Sometimes you can just use it. You can neutralize it. Prove to yourself. I'm going to give you one of the lessons out of my course. And Turn Pain into Purpose online course, which is still open and will not be open forever. It's not even expensive. You absolutely have no reason to not get this course or complete this course. I made this so simple where you would only need 10 to 15 minutes a day, because I know a whole lot of us are neurodivergent, ADHD, chronic pain, chronic fatigue, busy in life, and just got a lot going on, and we really don't feel like we have the time to commit to things. I get it. That is another trick of the 3D matrix. Using the simulated reality to speed time up to cause us to feel like there is never enough time in the day to do anything. And it keeps us in scarcity program coding, which attracts more scarcity. And this is the reason that a lot of us are dealing with any area of our life that's scarce. There's no shame in that. It's connected to your traumas. And so in that module, what I learned was there were specific words and phrases that I could use that would neutralize those trauma reenactment moments as they were happening. And that was a game changer for me. Now, as an empath, I don't have to be a walking sponge, eating and everybody else's pain, not being able to tell my emotions from theirs, being afraid to let people down, being afraid to say no, being afraid to be perceived as a bad person, being afraid to be perceived as someone who doesn't care about people. It's the complete opposite. And trust me, if you do physically walk away, there will be smear campaigns all about you. And the story will not be told exactly as it happened. But guess what? That's none of your business. Your business is what you know about you. That's it. Point blank, period. It is their right to think whatever they want to think about you. And as long as you're trying to control what other people think about you, hoping to be perceived as right, good, nice, whatever you want to put in there behind that, you're going to be fully in control by them. And it's like they will have a remote control to the implant, that narcissism that creates inside of you on an energetic, parasitic, vampyric level. And at any time, they will know what buttons to push to get you to behave a certain way. This is what's breaking up on the planet. And so in that course, I have an entire lesson where I teach you how to neutralize those moments using specific phrases that reprogram the energetics around the situation without having to make it worse and without having to constantly give your power away because of fear. And you will be able to practice this until it becomes a part of your personality. And this is when you get more comfortable having boundaries and not walking on eggshells. And you trust that it's going to be okay. And you become more securely attached as far as how you love. This is what the new earth is all about. Spiritually activated people who are not emotionally regulated and do not have tools become dangerous. So whatever danger we're perceiving outside of us on the world stage, it is a mirror reflection of the danger inside of our own selves, because we have been living in survival mode, and a lot of us are afraid to step away from things. But you can put space between you, people, places, and things that's not healthy for you. But that poison in their hand, it's not going to have any control over you once you learn how to be emotionally regulated and soothe your own emotions, aka emotional intelligence, aka ascension. This is the point of a spiritual awakening. I am Camson the Untamed Oracle, and the links are in the bio for you to know where to find me.